I am Dungeon Master, your guide in the realm of Dungeons and Dragons.
All right, welcome back, everyone. I am the Dungeon Master, and this is Heroes Wanted. We are rejoining the party as they have finally made their way to the small mountain village. It doesn't even appear on the map. It is known simply as Highton. It is a very small, insignificant, superstitious little village in the mountains. You guys see plaster walls and shingled roofs, and every so often a stone building belonging to one of the richer people in town. Despite the fact that you are halfway up the mountain, the temperature here is actually, pretty nice, and the streets are free of rubble. The town appears to be quite immaculate, despite its obviously poor stature. As you come into the town, some of the villagers see who you're with and kind of scoff and turn away back to what they were doing.
Kinda. Like, wait, who are they scoffing at? The lady or the lady?
Would you like to roll insight to see?
Can't I, like, see it by looking at?
Well, I mean, they're scoffing in your general direction. Like, doesn't mean you can tell, like, exactly who they're scoffing at in your party. Could be the kobold, could be the machine.
Remember, Soggy is disguised as a halfling.
Oh, that's right. And
Yeah, it's gotta be the woman.
Probably. But if you roll insight, I can tell you what your character thinks for sure.
Nah, I'm just gonna draw baseless assumptions because in my character's also own internal logic, there's no reason to be scoffing at a halfling, and there's no reason to be scoffing at this, like, I don't know, angelic-esque woman. And I'm a knight of the realm, so they obviously wouldn't be scoffing at me. So it has to be this bitchy girl.
As you make your way deeper into the town, suddenly a small child runs up to Nova and tugs on your damn it,
Armored rope.
Yeah, but there's a specific name, like Targ. It's not Targ. It's there's a name for the skirt part that hangs down. It's like tabard or something like that, but that's not it.
What, like hem or
oh, it is tabard. Oh,
it is tabard.
Oh,
You're
okay.
absolutely correct.
Okay, yeah. So he tugs on your tabard, I assume, You have a tabard, and asks if you're an angel.
No, I am just a visitor. I found your friend, and I wanted to make sure she got safely home.
Could you help my mom?
Your mom needs help? What kind
Yes,
of help do you need?
she's very sick.
Well, I do train to be a doctor. I might be able to help her. Show me where she is.
He grabs you by the hand and starts running
Uh,
off down the alley.
I'm just
So I kind
yeah.
of
As
go
the,
with
as the,
him,
as they do that, Noman just says, "All right, split up then. Meet later."
so I like look at them as I'm kind of like running with the boys. He drags me off. Like,
Yeah.
hello.
Yeah, I'm gonna like kind of. What's this lady's name again? Wasn't it Karen?
Karen.
Karen.
We named
So
her Karen.
yeah, I'm gonna kind of look at the Karen and go
Not
the
Karen.
Karen. The Karen. Is this a different species now? Anyway, I'm gonna look to Karen and just be like, "Do you have a house here?"
I can't fucking see, you idiot.
The house doesn't go away when you can't see it. Do you have a house?
I'm blind.
And did you have a house in this village? You
Yeah,
said this is
yes,
your village.
Yes, I have a fucking house here.
Okay, there we go. All right. Good. So, who would know where it is that isn't blind?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Who's around me? That guy, and she points at like an empty space.
You know, I would like to help you in your blindness thing, but
Well
we need a
then, well then, get to fucking helping. Why you're asking
I-
me to help you? Here,
We need a
let me
we
guide you through the village.
And then
Over here, you'll see fucking nothing as far as I can tell. And over here is some more nothing. I assume there's ground under my feet. Other than that,
Right. Now, if you're done throwing a tantrum to continue
no,
my
I'm not done
explanation.
throwing a tantrum.
Then by all means continue. I have time.
Like a crowd.
I'll think of more tantrum later when I'm ready to think of it.
Anyway, I need a quiet place to work so I can restore your eyesight.
Saki sort of looks around and says, "Is there a place where which doctor lives?"
That might
Which?
be relevant.
Saki
Which
said,
doctor?
"I mean, shaman.
Or that.
Someone like starts poking their heads out and they're like, "You best be gone with that devilry." And then they see who you're with and they spit on the ground.
You're like, says, I'm gonna kind of look over at, Karen. Well, actually, doesn't matter if I regard her or not. And just go like, you seem to have a poor reputation around here.
They're just jealous.
I'm gonna kind of take a moment to truly regard her. Is she like notable in any visible way? Beautiful, something like that. Well, minus the eyes thing.
I mean, she's not deformed or anything like that.
And I'm just going like, so what did they have to be jealous about? Money or something?
They're peanut butter and jealous.
I meant to say shaman and not witch doctors.
I'm wondering I wonder if she's being truthful with me. Does a 7 tell me?
Well, right now you are listening to her, and it sounds to you like she has had some kind of ongoing feud, but as of right now, you cannot uh, tell whether she is being honest about them just having a problem with her, or whether she is the source of the problem.
Hmm. Well, I'm certain I can extract the information from her during the operation. Let's just find.
A small boy begins to throw uh, small clumps of cattle feces in your direction.
I'm gonna kind of. I'm going to kind of raise a hand
Make him
and
eat.
no, I'm gonna. Get your fucking nose in that. No, I'm going to
Come
raise
here. You
a
see
hand.
this? You see this? No, no.
I'm going to just politely shoo this boy away. Just like, please, official business. I have important business to conduct with this woman. Please leave any feuds to be handled until later.
He was trying to hit her, but as you do this, he throws one final clump that smacks you right in the visor before running off.
Mm-hmm.
On him, he's got
Soggy.
poop all over him.
I just look slightly annoyed and cast prestidigitation to desoil my face.
Soggy sort of looks up to the Warforged and says, "Not like lady does. Do not like lady, do they?"
No. Let's conduct our business here soon.
Eh,
If only.
Well, she's a Karen, so
Yeah. As you activate your suit's self-cleaning magics, the poo dissipates off of your visor and you resume your business. While this is going on, Nova, you have been led to a very poor hovel that contains several families. Many people are very ill, all huddled in this small, cramped space. And the boy leads you to a woman who is little more than an emaciated skeleton with open wounds all over her skin.
mm-mm. All right. I'm going to introduce myself. Hello, my name is Nova. This little boy, I am assuming is your son, told me that you were sick. I came to see if I could make you better.
What? Brandon? Is that you? She cannot open her eyes and weakly calls out.
All right, so I'm gonna ask her her name. What is your name, Miss?
I, I can't. Oh.
Okay, I think I'm gonna use a medicine check to see if I know what's wrong with her.
Okay.
Oh yeah, 24.
All right. She appears to be suffering from some kind of wasting disease that is basically like consuming her body from the inside out.
Ah, well, let me see if I can do something about this. Well, give me a moment. I'm gonna look through my spells. I have one first level spell and one second level spell left.
So?
1 second. I'm looking up what Prayer of Healing does. Oh, it's just it's a 10-minute healing spell. I am not at the level to be able to cure her diseases yet. So, let's see. I guess what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my healing kit on her. I will pull out a bandage and wet it, put it on her head. Generally tend to her, try to make her feel more comfortable.
A tempting a generalist provide long-term care. Or treat disease. Actually, I'm not certain of the particularities of the heal skill in this game. Is treat disease a function it has?
No, I'm just using a medicine.
Oh,
Not
it's
like
called medicine, isn't it?
Yes.
Ah, okay. Because I know definitely in Pathfinder, treat disease is a function of the heal skill.
Yeah, so unfortunately, there's not much you can do for this woman except for, like, ease her suffering a bit.
Uh-huh.
yeah, I can't really do anything here. So I guess I'll
Yep.
I am sorry, but what ails your mother is beyond my abilities. But what I can do is I can tell you how to care for her, and I can promise you that when I am more capable, I will return.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, what's up with her disease? Like, how did like what is do I know like the best way to be able to like daily care for this woman?
Yeah, I mean, you can wrap the wounds and apply some kind of unguent, to try and soothe them and help them heal, and you can give her some ground root or something that'll like ease her pain a little bit, and like that's about it.
I'm glad you didn't bring Soggy into the mess because he would just do something spiritualistic and probably not helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so at the same time, you guys are both wrapping up like at around the same time. So
Well, I will tell this little boy, Brandon, I think his name was.
yes, Barundin.
But wait, I didn't do anything. I just got shit thrown at me.
Yeah.
Every day,
You want some more?
No, I want to do something.
Well, we will. What happened with you guys took a little bit because the boy was like harassing you. So, even though for the purposes you were like go away, and I was like he throws one last thing of shit and runs, and it actually took you like 10 minutes total to like deal with the whole situation.
God, I hate being nice sometimes. I gotta remember which GMs I can play nice characters with.
So, what's going on,
twice,
Nova?
3 times a day, you want to change her. You want to apply wounds and change them, and clean them with water. I would also, and pretty much tell him the same thing you told me,
Yeah.
like what the general care would be,
Mm-hmm.
so that he, I'll say also, I am not entirely sure how long I will be, but as soon as I am able to, I promise I will return here and aid your mother.
Thank you.
Find the notes. I know there are notes on here. Aha. Oh, this is different. Yeah, but that's the end of what I do.
Okay. And so then what do you guys do, Noman?
Fuck it. I feel like trying to figure out where a house would be would result in an inordinate amount of bitching. So we'll just find a fucking inn.
All right. There's not much in the way of like an inn. What there is like a hostel.
The hell is a hostel?
It's like a large boarding house.
I don't know what a boarding house is either.
It's
Basically, it's not necessarily like All right, so the first floor is like it's just open and there's bunks in there, but there are rooms on different floors and stuff. But there's like varying degrees of qualities to this place, and
Yeah.
even the best. And considering where we are, like we shouldn't. We're probably getting like moderate quality at best.
yeah.
Yeah,
Basically,
yeah.
it's like a big gym with a bunch of fucking cots laid out for everybody to crash in.
Fuck it. Thinking if they're that bad, I probably wouldn't be able to pick up like even any alchemical supplies or some shit here either, right?
Oh, you'd be surprised. You can't ask around about that.
Would I be surprised? Because like I'm
Possibly.
all right, fine.
I'm saying you'd be surprised where you can find what things.
All right, I need like the bare minimum, just tiny amounts of components because like I'm trying to craft a lesser minor item here.
Okay.
So what would I roll for that? Persuasion, investigation?
Investigation.
15.
So asking around, you're told that old lady Abernathy at the end of the alley there has basically like an apothecary. Like she sells all of the herbs and teas and things like that people need.
I could probably get a few minor components that I need with her. I imagine I'm carrying the rest of the crafting materials I would need on me.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll try and go by and visit her.
So
And Soggy will follow you there.
okay.
Okay.
So as you enter, you can smell the strong scents of the various hanging plants and herbs that she has. You can see jars with like preserved animals or sometimes just their heads or eyes. You can see skulls and other, arcane ornamentation, all around. What little
Does any of these arcane orientations look familiar to Soggy?
you'd have to roll Arcana. What little light shines into the room is filtered through all kinds of green and blue liquids in jars holding, like just an eyeball or like a baby pig fetus with two heads. And as you look around at all of the things, no, Soggy, you don't recognize any of them. As you look around at all of the things, you realize that this woman might possibly be involved in occult-like practices.
Is that illegal?
No.
Sounds like a history
Then
check.
I don't care.
It's kind of like having a Nazi flag hanging on your wall.
If it's not illegal under the eyes of the law, then it's not something I'm concerned.
Right. That's all I'm saying is, well, technically not illegal. It's definitely something that everybody like walks in and is like, "Whoa, did not know we were doing Nazis up in here."
Yeah, anyway, so what's the woman herself look like?
The woman, at first, you don't see. You just hear a voice from the back room say, "I'll be with you shortly." A hunched, robed figure in a completely black hood with long gray strands of hair sticking out as the only thing you can see besides a long hooked nose, carrying a staff that she leans heavily upon, comes trotting out.
Doggy is going to identify this woman. Like, is there anything peculiar? Is she a hag or something?
I don't know.
She's probably not a hag. Hags live out in the bumbling wilderness and like murder hikers and live in covens and stuff. And she's probably not a changeling because, well, changelings usually don't get this old. I'm pretty sure changelings die beautiful. Or was it die violently? I forgot.
That can be beautiful.
Well, I'm saying, like, if you don't live to be old, it's probably because you either don't get old or you didn't live.
So I don't want to like get too meta and like give away too much, but I will tell you she's not a changeling. But just for the record, if she was a changeling, like changelings can appear old. Doesn't mean they are.
I'm like, you're not thinking of like the shape-shifting changeling, right?
Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. I don't know what.
No,
other
I was
kind
talking
of
I was talking about the hag daughter changelings because those aren't shape changes.
Oh,
they just
okay.
called changelings for some reason.
Well,
I don't know why.
That's weird and stupid.
Yeah, I don't know. I would call them by some other name if they had one.
Get another name that's not just another creature's name plus Hob.
Anyway,
yeah, she appears like a very old woman, but you can't even really see her face. Just the shadow of her nose, the outline of her nose through the shadows, and long gray wisps of hair sticking out from under the black cloak.
Yeah, just approach and say, is it the afternoon or what time of day is it?
It's like getting pretty close to the afternoon, yeah.
So good evening is appropriate?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll just open up with a very casual good evening, madam, and say that I've, come by your establishment to purchase some items relevant to a project of mine.
What can I get you? Eye of
Doggy
newt?
sort of
Tongue
speaks
of
up and-
frog?
Doggy sort of speaks up and says, "This place smells weird."
Oh,
yes.
I see. The kobold doesn't like the smell of my place, does he? Well, you
Whoa.
listen to me, little lizard man. I see right through your little disguise.
Doggy sort of like winces as he hears this and says, "No. It's not that I say weird. Like it is not like other human buildings."
As she says this, you see a shining light in her eye for just a second that lights up a face that like you can't quite place it, but it looked off.
Mm.
Salty sort of like scales sort of shift a bit as what he was about to say is caught in his tongue as he starts to back away.
Uh, Noman kind of just pushes into the conversation, shoving past that and says, well, never minding that. I need a few components. Some to the order of either drawn copper cable or some dried sinew could be substituted. Bone fragments from a human skull. It would be convenient. Do you have an eye patch on you? And, continuing from there with random mechanical sounding parts and some other more common replacements. The materials that I would need to finish an Urzat's eye.
Yeah, so human skull, got that.
Instead, bone fragments from a human skull.
Yep.
Anyway.
Got all the human skull you need.
Okay.
And
Well, I was just, bullshitting. I don't actually know what I need.
oh, well, I mean,
As with all crafting in any game ever,
yeah,
there's no recipe to follow.
Of course. But I'm just letting you know, like, I got all the human skull you need. And
Okay.
I have all of these other ingredients here, and she, pulls them all out, and she's like, but what you need, and she pulls out a book, is this, and she blows some dust off the cover, and you see a symbol. It's made out of some kind of metal stamped onto the book, and the symbol is a raised hand grasping a hammer held over an anvil, and it's basically one of the most famous symbols that you would know about with a history check.
That means it's an easy history check.
It would it would be at advantage because this is something you probably would have studied as an artificer.
Okay, Artificer knowledge, go. 22.
Yeah, so this is a manual of crafting, like magic arms and armor.
Oh, I mean, I can already do that.
Yeah, but now you have an ancient guide on like all of the recipes that you need and what can help you. And
Does this mostly just concern arms and armor, though?
no, I was just using arms and armor as like part of the title.
Because honestly, those are like the least interesting magic items you can craft. I'm all for like clockwork prosthetics and cool wibbly wobbly things, and
It's
like with what I'm trying to build now. Anyway,
it's an encyclopedia of artifice.
Just as an odd shot in the dark, I'm gonna go to the index. Is like Warforged on there?
Yes.
Ah, okay. That actually ups the consideration immensely. I'm just going to go like, this is an incredibly interesting tome you have here. Where did you source such a volume? Do you perhaps have any certificates with it?
What? You're asking for my proof? What are you the fucking artifact police?
It's like, well, you see, I tend to work amongst more cultured circles. You would generally not see an object of this quality without at least several signed certificates verifying the veracity of what it contains.
So,
If you do not have such things, I wouldn't be all so bothered by it. The prospect alone is worth a good amount, although it would harm the selling price.
They'll pry it out of my cold dead hands before I pay the tariff to that awful fucking lord.
Soggy sort of looks to the Warforged and says, "What is document?"
We can discuss that at another time. This item is incredibly interesting. Is there any competing buyers for it?
Oh, yeah, no, I wasn't even going to sell it to you. I was just going to use it to tell you all the ingredients that you need.
Now that is a disappointment. Well, regardless, I know what I'm here to buy right now.
Yeah, and she opens the page to exactly what it is that you're trying to build and has like the complete list. And she says, "Oh, it says here that you need a Gorgon's eye."
The fuck it does.
That's what it says.
It's a lesser
Sorry,
minor item. Why do I need a Gorgon's eye? That's like a legendary monster.
What? A Gorgon's like CR5.
Yeah, no, I mean the literal sense. It's a legendary monster. Everybody knows what a fucking Gorgon is.
No, not like the Gorgons, like from Greek mythology and everything. I'm just talking about like the CR5 metal bull with the fucking green gas.
Whatever. Really
okay,
don't.
okay. It says you need the eye of a giant frog. Is that better, you fucking chicken?
No, it's just I don't want to lug this bitch around for a while. Can I substitute with like one of my eyes and then go build a replacement?
Can I just rip my own eye out?
Can I just
Don't
build
make
a
me do
replacement?
side quests.
No, I'll still go do it, but I want to fucking resolve my business with this girl so I can never talk to her again, like immediately.
Oh yeah.
Like the idea of having to go out and side quest and come back and build an eye.
No, you don't have to come back. Like she's just telling you everything you need. Like here you go. Here's the thing.
Okay, but like here's the thing. I'm trying to collapse narrative here because on one hand, Noman is too honorable to like not help this girl. On the other hand, if I have to leave and if I have to leave and come back, by the time I get back, she'll have pissed somebody off and there'll be like a riot or something and I'll have to investigate and diffuse some other unrelated bullshit. I want to heal this girl, leave this town, and never come back.
Until you're ready to burn it to the ground.
No, I'm not that pissed off. I just don't like her.
Well, yeah. Says here you need the eye of something.
Okay. Do you have that?
Well, I've got this Newt's eye here, but I don't think that'll work. It says specifically that it's got to be the eye of something. If it's a minor item, like obviously I'm not gonna have it be like a wyvern's eye or something like that, but
yeah,
like something. It's got to be something.
Okay.
Let's just go ahead and
work. Soggy sort of says.
Let's just go ahead and make it the eye of a minotaur.
The eye of a minotaur. Fuck. All right, man. That's a scary monster.
Wait. I have to check their CR now. You're right. Minotaur is possibly like stronger than a fucking Gorgon.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, this is a minor item. Can't they just use a regular eye from, like, I don't know, why do I have to use an eye at all? That sounds really gross. Can't they just use like some nice glass or something?
Okay, Gorgon is challenge rating 5, like I thought. Minotaur's challenge rating 3. Yeah, Minotaur.
All right, fine, Minotaur it is. Like, are there Minotaurs around here?
Kind of.
Kind of. What does kind of mean?
Well, like, not really, but like there is possibly a few left from the decimation that they've suffered ever since the rise of humankind, and all of that has forced them deep into the mountains.
All right. Okay. So, in order to fix this problem that I have decided to stake my honor on, I'm gonna have to do a lot of bullshit.
At least some bullshit.
Can I use one of my eyes instead and just go make a new one later?
Are you a Minotaur?
No, but it's still an eye.
It's got to be a Minotaur's eye.
This.
Does vampires
You know what?
spawn work?
They turn to ash when we kill them.
He sort of mumbles. Oh, that doesn't work.
Let's see.
What
Okay.
about this kobold? What if I use his eye?
Wait. What if this is just the recipe the book calls for and there is a different recipe I can work with?
What if there is?
Because,
There
like,
might be.
yeah.
Do you know of a different recipe?
I don't fucking know. I'm not a casual crafter. I'm the crafting class. I could probably come up with more recipes than in this book, except for the Warforged one. I feel that would stump me pretty hard. But, like, on the other hand, I feel like I should be able to improvise around this. I'm just miffed by the Minotaur thing. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. Like, It also just sounds gross that I need like a real fleshy eye. I thought I could just improvise with some shit.
Oh, look who knows so little about magic.
I know a shit ton about magic. I just have to bow to your weird assertions.
Hey,
You're the DM.
don't yell at me. It's in the book.
No, it fucking
It
isn't.
says it right here, Minotaur's eye.
No.
Look, there's an illustration.
You don't have an actual book that actually says that. You're just saying that.
Oh.
Anyway, okay, so I need a Minotaur's eye. That's great.
Now it's got to be an albino Minotaur. No, I'm kidding.
All right, you shitter. So, where is the nearest source of Minotaurs? Is deep in a mountain. How far away is a mountain?
You're on a mountain.
This mountain?
Well, I mean, this mountain's relatively Minotaur free, but
So which mountain isn't Minotaur free? Okay, here's
there's
a simpler question.
there's a whole bunch of mountains.
How many days of travel is it from me to Minotaurs?
0 to undetermined.
Man, it shouldn't be this much hassle to make a minor tier item like this.
Well, think
I
about it like this. It's like going hunting for a deer. You know that there are deer in this general area. It doesn't mean that you're guaranteed to cross paths with one.
It's more like
into finding out more about the Minotaur, and we figure out like they like to hang out underground, or in structured, what types of places, and we could go look for that.
Well, in my head, the entire situation feels like this. It's like someone I know proclaimed that they wanted a grilled cheese sandwich, and I said, "Ah, yes, I absolutely promise I will get you a grilled cheese sandwich. That should be no problem at all." And then I went home and realized I didn't have any cheese. And then I went to my local grocery store and figured out there was a cheese shortage. And then I started having to call up every diner in the local area and finding that they all had to go bankrupt because of COVID. And now someone's telling me that they heard of this place where there might be some cheese, but it's kind of an iffy prospect, and if you go there might not be any cheese there. So this entire minor little cheese thing that you decided to dump on yourself might actually turn into like a middling to big ordeal. So like maybe you should just break your promise and kick that fucker to the curb is the problem.
Yes, but everything is better with cheese.
Still, you get my point.
Yeah.
You are from Wisconsin, so of course
Yeah.
everything's.
Yeah, and luckily everything is smothered in it, so everything is awesome.
Okay, great. Still, that's what I was thinking. That's my mental gear shift. Is that this is an item I'm going to give to an NPC that I'm never going to talk to again. That should be a minor deal.
All you gotta do is go kill a challenge rating 3 monster.
That's not the problem. The challenge rating monster isn't standing over there. It's off, far away, in a nebulous place where I could probably run into something harder.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, you see? I know how these gears shift. Go kill a CR3 monster somewhere that you're not quite sure of in a big nebulous place. Oh, yeah, that's going to be a CR easy fight. We don't even need to roleplay it. Now, there's something else down there.
All I want you to do is go walk into the dark, scary, dangerous mountains and look for a monster to fight.
Go looking for a maze. I mean,
I'm gonna go fucking looking for mercenaries. Fuck that. You want to play the law of averages with me? I'm gonna pay someone else to do the easy ass quest while I do important things.
You could do that.
Yeah, could. They come back dead, I'm gonna wash my hands of it.
I mean, they're probably not going to come back dead, but you know, either way.
Well, I don't know. This is undead thing.
Yeah.
It's like, hi, I'm a zombie now.
Yeah.
Payment.
Yeah, they walk up to you. Pay.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get some chumps to do it. Hey, I'll pay a few hundred gold for a fucking minotaur head with the eyes intact. I bet some chumps will jump at that.
For sure.
Anyway, so that means I need to track down people I can pawn this issue off.
That's probably a good idea.
Let's talk
Okay.
know where a minotaur would be.
Soggy
What is it
can.
that we need from a minotaur?
What's that?
What is it that we need from a minotaur?
It's
The
eyes.
Eyes. Okay. Wow. That's pretty specific.
I'm trying to build Urzat's eyes to replace this woman's missing eyes. It's like a lesser minor item. I thought I'd come back to this village, I'd bang it out in 5 minutes.
dear
It's
God,
turning
no.
into a thing.
So hold up. I have to ask an honest question.
Yeah.
Like, if he gets the eyes right and does the
Yeah.
spell thing to like fix her eyes,
Yeah.
she's not gonna have like cow eyes. Like, will she?
Yes and no.
I am going to customize the eyes
What is-
so that if
yes,
they
I
are
know.
going to look weird, they're going to look weird for literally any other reason than because I just enchanted the fucking squishy, mushy, living cow eyes and then shoved them in her skull.
Right. Like
They will look weird for different reasons, not that reason.
like basically the way it works is yes, it is the Minotaur's actual eye. However, it is transformed in the process, so it's not like it's the same as it was, but it
Yeah,
is.
so it gets magically transformed. So like it's gonna fit. It's gonna like contour to like the
Right.
size of her.
Right.
It's like just giant eyeballs and little eye sockets.
Right.
Like,
Right.
it's just-
No. Yeah. It turns into the eye that you need it to be.
Yes. So, yeah. So that's the jip. It should be an easy quest, not someone of my stature needs to handle. So I'm going to find mercenaries. Yeah. Can I roll investigation for that?
You can. However, in this town, you roll at disadvantage.
Guess you've never been here before.
Too bad. Heyo! Eat it.
You got so lucky. The difficulty class was 20 to be able to find anyone in this town. And I made you roll at disadvantage because, fuck you. And that's not why, but it's, it's funny for the stream. Because, fuck you. And little DM tip for anyone out there, fuck those players. So you managed to find one single lone adventure mercenary who looks like a hardcore badass. He has been staying at the hostel in a private room. He carries around a massive greatsword on his back and wears bony armor complete with a black dragon skull helmet with curved horns pointing outwards. He talks in a booming voice and is followed around by his faithful squire.
Yes. I'm going to approach this man, with simple hail and say, "Hello, good sir."
Hail, adventurer!
Hello, adventurer. Anyway, you seem to be a man of the adventuring sort.
Fucking A.
I was wondering if you might be in the market for some work. I have a simple job that needs attending to.
Oh, and what would that be, machine man?
I need the head of a minotaur with both of its eyes intact to be delivered to me.
What? What kind of sick side quest is that? What kind of a mind thinks of something like that? What is wrong with you?
Well, the reason for that is very simple. It's going to serve as a crafting component in an item of import.
Oh. Wait, how much were you offering again? For you see, I have a mighty appetite and could use plenty of pay to keep it satiated.
Well, given the simple nature of the job, but the request for rush, I was going to start at a price of 250 GP.
Ha ha ha! You kid!
No, I'm being dead serious. It's just a minotaur. I'd go and do it myself, but I'm busy.
Dude,
I suppose.
Dude, I'm a level 5 barbarian.
And
if you want my services, it's 100 gold per level.
I'm gonna kind of shine my knuckles and go. 350.
Are you trying to fucking negotiate with me?
I am. I'm in the extraordinary position of not needing your help. It's entirely optional. If you want to see payment, you'll accept some negotiating terms. Otherwise, no deal. I absolutely will not be paying 500 gold pieces to see some man go kill a minotaur.
Well, so I guess you're gonna have to roll some persuasion there, hero.
Foggy can assist.
Sure.
20.
Were you gonna try to assist, Soggy?
I think after seeing that, I don't think he needs help.
Okay. So Soggy goes to chime in, but seeing that Noman has this well in hand, he learns to bite down on his tongue and hold, and so he lets you
He is
handle.
having.
What?
He is having.
He is having. Soggy remembers to have, and so as you negotiate with him, he says, "Fine, we'll split the difference at 400."
Noman's still kind of, well, poker face. He irks underneath. That's an annoying fee, but he surrenders and says, "All right, I'll pay you 400."
All right, payment up front.
Okay, fine. But do me a favor before you depart.
Yes.
Tell me where you're going. If you don't return, I'll have to come back to pick you up, along with the
You're
money
crazy,
and the
man.
head.
You're crazy, man. Like, like half a half.
I'm going into the Kisden Mountains. I'm gonna look for the ancient dwarven ruins of Car something Bunkle. And and
Carbuncle.
yeah, Carbuncle, you got it. And I'm gonna look for the ancient dwarven ruins that are said to hold all kinds of monstrous creatures that seek refuge from the more dangerous predators of the mountain range.
All right. With hearing that, I put up my sack of cash, 400 GP, and say, "All right, I accept your terms. Good hunting."
All right, thank you, sir, knight.
Hmm.
And he gives you like an awkward like attempt at the salute. It's really bad. It's almost offensive. I mean, I don't mean it like that it riles you. I just mean like it's so bad. It's like, cringe.
Anyway, with that, I continue off, and now, with that put into motion, I will engage in the long-term, arduous project of figuring out where Karen's house is, because I'm going to have to talk to her more.
Okay.
Can Soggy try and help figure that out?
Sure.
Certainly, all you like. Actually, Soggy, try to take the helm on this, because my mother just brought home guests without planning with me ahead of time, so I need to make an appearance.
Of course. Soggy will go ahead and try and find the House of Karen with his survival skills.
Yes, sir. So, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, that you actually have like a scent ability or something like that. I thought kobolds had something like that, but either way, you are attempting to sniff out, Karen's home, and there is one thing that you pick up on the air. You can smell the smell of burning ashes.
Soggy's face sort of contorts in confusion as he follows the smell.
As you guys approach, you see Nova exiting a alleyway, and all of you can see the smoke rising from a house kind of set off of the main street and up the side of the mountain a little bit. It must have been burned, some time ago, and it still is just smoldering and putting smoke up into the air. You watch as one of the last standing support beams collapses down into the charred and smoking ruins.
Soggy sort of looks at her and says, "Are you alright? What happened?
Who are you asking?
Uh, Nova.
Oh, okay. So just that you know, Nova's not stepping out of the burned house. She's seeing the burned house at the same time as you guys.
And Soggy says, "Oh dear. I think your house is burning, Karen."
What?
Soggy is not lying. It is literally burning. Can you not smell smoke?
I smell the smoke. I
Well,
thought that was you smoking.
it doesn't necessarily mean it is her house. It could be somebody else's house that is on fire. Although it is terrible that it is happening at all.
Is it a white house with blue trim?
Well, Soggy sort looks to her and says, "What do you remember your house looking like?
White with blue trim.
Does it look like there is something like that in the remnants?"
It looks like burnt with burnt trim.
I think that is your house. I am so sorry.
Soggy thinks it is Baron's doing. Remember,
Is there a
Carpathian Knights were there.
is there a stone pathway leading up to it with a small white fence fencing in the yard? Yes, there is.
Soggy says, "I think Baron is really upset with you, Karen."
I can't believe this.
Soggy doesn't know how to say it, else to say it. It is simply there.
Oh, this is some nonsense. I can't believe that these guys did this to me.
Well, they are Carpathian Knights to these who are loyal to the Sucky Sucks, so I wouldn't be surprised if they did this.
Carpathian Knights dragged you from your home? They know where you live?
Yes.
Why would they come after you?
I don't know. I was uh you know, just a simple seamstress here in town. Um I have no idea why anybody would do this.
Did you say that you had affair with Baron?
I did.
Could that be the reason?
I don't know. Possibly. But no, he loves me. Why would he do this?
Soggy will tell you one thing. The Baron is not as he seems. He is very, very cruel and very, very mean. He only cares for himself and only wants to as he sort of makes a gesture to the sky and says, wants to blacken the skies and make everyone sucky sucks, which is bad.
No. He's a good man. He loves me.
Well, he certainly has fooled you then.
Wait, is so she's the uh she was a mistress of Visanthus?
No, not Visanthus. Soggy just
Not
got that. Soggy just got that confused a little is all. It's the Baron, not the Count. Different guy. Still an asshole though.
What kind of affair did you have? Did you have a business affair or an art affair?
We
Soggy thinks it is the kind of affair that Soggy sort of like tries to get the right words, but just ends up showing what he means by mashing two rocks together.
Wait, you two would fight?
No, he loved me.
Soggy sort of sighs and says, "No, no, 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 no. That is not what Soggy meant." Soggy tries to do that motion again, but a bit more sexual.
It just looks like he's trying to start a fire.
Tell us about the Baron.
He's a good, kind, loving man. He was gonna leave his wife and marry me.
Oh, damn.
Then, do you know about wife?
Yeah, she's a stupid woman from Eglia. I hate her.
Anyway, I returned. Did Karen cooperate?
Yes, and we found out that her house burned down.
How
And
burned down?
With fire?
Like, how burned down is the house?
100%. Well, like 98%.
Okay.
and
Hmm.
Apparently, she's had an affair with the Baron.
The
And-
Baron who like
and-
owns this land?
Yeah, and apparently she's telling me about how how the Baron told her that he was gonna leave his wife for her.
and
And of
her,
course, we found her in a
wife
cave.
is from New Eglia.
Not New Eglia, Eglia.
I see.
From
So,
we
do we
in
know who burned her house down?
Wait, are we in Carpathia?
Yes.
Okay, so
Carpathia.
okay,
Why does that sound familiar?
Carpathian is all right. So it was the Carpathian knights that had her in the cave, and the person she was sleeping with is the Baron, making all these promises about leaving his wife.
I'm gonna double look back on her. Like, she wasn't that beautiful, right? You said she
Right.
just like didn't look deformed.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder what his wife looked like.
His wife is a famous half-elven princess from Eglia.
Wow. I guess I don't know how her genetics fucked that up that much.
No, like she is like Princess Diana. Like beautiful and famous and beloved.
Yeah, I know. I'm just looking at this and being like, some part of this doesn't make any fucking sense.
Soggy thinks it is the Baron.
Well, yeah, but like, did we see anything? We have any idea who burned her house down besides what we think?
Well,
Was
she
it like
said
already burned down when we got here?
she said
Yeah.
it was the Knights of Carpathia who did it.
Like when they dragged her from her home? Like she was kidnapped, right?
They just broke in and started dragging me out and said that I was coming with them.
Okay, so the Knights of Carpathia dragged you out of your house, brought you to a mountain, lashed you to a plinth, and planned to sacrifice you to vampire spawn. And they burned down your house.
Plan to sacrifice me to vampire spawn? What? That's some fucking crazy shit. They're worshipping dark magic.
Yes, they are worshipping the Shati Saks.
That's his name for vampires. Okay. So, generalized idea. The Knights of Carpathia are Knights of Carpathia. What is Carpathia?
Welcome to another edition of Fun with Flags. Carpathia is a nation founded by a dynasty of vampire lords that have taken turns ruling over as king so that not a single one of them gets caught as the, vampire that they are.
Wait, sorry. That name keeps ringing in my head. Was Demi from Carpathia?
Yes, he was.
Oh, that's why that fucking name kept rattling around in my skull. I was like, that is so fucking familiar. Oh, so it's that place.
Yep.
Okay. I still don't know much about it, but like now I feel a special historical attachment to Carpathia. Too bad I have reason to like not like it at all.
Yeah.
Wait, does anyone anywhere know in characterly that Carpathia is ruled by vampires?
None of the current characters know for certain that it's ruled by vampires, but they certainly have plenty of suspicions. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm lying. Knows. No, Nova knows because she's from the future.
Well, wait. Remember, Sagi has traveled around with Donovan.
Oh yeah, so Donovan would have convinced him.
Now,
Yeah.
Donovan was a ranger, and his favorite enemy was vampires. Like he hated vampires. He was a vampire hunter. So while vampires were able to do whatever it is that they did to make them not suspicious, that like Donovan was always like, "That's a vampire. Like that's a goddamn vampire." And he traveled around a lot with Sagi, and told him like, he's like, yeah, that's that. He made it very clear that vampires rule this country. So, like almost every form of government is a vampire. Like the mayors, some of the guards, the like obviously military, the lords, like there's vampires rule this country.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, Sagi. Yeah. So yep. Basically, everyone but Noman knows this.
Sagi says,
Wait, so
Yeah,
as a
they-
knight, what would be my opinion of the Knights of Carpathia? Like, what do I personally know about the knights themselves and their organization?
Powerful, noble warriors who were once regarded as the most noble and honorable knights in all of the land, though that changed after the Caledonian takeover and Carpathian Revolution. The king lost his wife in the conflict and was never the same since then.
So, the Carpathian Knights have been doing odd things.
Okay, like, you know how the English knights were like thought of as like, King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table, like chivalrous knights, but then a couple hundred years later they were kind of looked at as like the jackasses, going around, just bullying everybody and all of that. It's kind of like that.
Okay, so I have reason not to respect their claim to honor and valor and shit, right?
Kind of, but they're still very like uppity about it. Like they're very, like
Well, they are, but
Right.
like I can make that decision in characterly.
Right, exactly. Like the things the Carpathian Knights have been doing lately don't necessarily jive with what they claim to be their sense of honor.
And now I have firsthand knowledge of this incident, and it kind of like makes it all seem very clarified. I mean, I do have to call into question the character of this woman. But, I mean, on the other hand, maybe if people were jealous of her having a relationship with the Duke. But then again,
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong.
for
She
that
does
to
have
be.
her own responsibility in the affair, but like, she's just some mountain town girl, and this is like a baron, who shows up
Yeah.
all
Then again, with
Euro trash vampire, like adorable, and they're all like nobility and shit, and it's
yeah.
Yeah, he's got money and, food.
Though that brings me up, what would piss people off? Like
Her
Like
having money and food.
that's it. That's really fucking petty.
Well, I mean, the other thing is that he could have been caught by, his peers or his maybe even his wife, because then it'd be like we don't know how these vampires are. Vampires tend to be very snaky, and they'll mail each other. And shit.
True. And they're always struggling for power between themselves. Like I was saying, the vampire lords take it in turns to act as sort of like an executive chief, and the others like get really jealous of the ones who like do really well and have a lot of power, and so like they're constantly sniping at each other, and so there's basically like clans of vampires that control the different areas of Carpathia, and they're constantly trying to like fuck with each other.
All right, so
Now-
we've set down a lot of theory and considered a lot of things as they are, but actual thoughts is how do we proceed and how do we take care of Karen, because she more or less is our problem now.
Yeah, she's a homeless blind lady. I guess
Yeah, if we hadn't made her blind, I'd at least have been like, all right, now go deal with them. But now I'm gonna have to like, now that we had to stick with her and we know that an assassination attempt was more or less carried out against her, we can't on our honor leave her unattended. So now we're looking after her. So that's
So
that.
Karen, do you have any relatives in a different town or village?
My mother and father died when I was very young, and I made my living here on the streets of this town. Fuck, forgot the name already. At Highton. And I've been raising myself ever since I was 12 years old.
Hmm.
Well, you get to relearn life as a blind woman. No,
Yeah. Anyway, so
Consider the gift you have been given.
now, no one kind of says, well, you seem to be in a dire circumstance. Do you have any other notable assets or anything that would make it more probable that you could restart your life here?
The Baron did give me this, and she pulls out from underneath her blouse a large bejeweled necklace.
Hmm.
Augie is going to check this necklace out.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at it too. Just. What even would you
Check
use for
magic?
that?
I would say investigation.
All right, I guess I'll just roll that then. It's one of those skills I'm good at. But boom, 24.
Soggy, it looks like beautiful diamonds, rubies, and gold to you. Noman, you can tell instantaneously that this is gold-plated tin with fake stones.
I'm gonna be. This more or less confirms in my mind this woman has been severely wronged, and I'm going to, taking the tone of someone who has to break bad news, say, I'm sorry to say this to you, but this item you've been provided is a false item. The stones have been faked, and it's been plated in gold.
What?
It is worth very little.
It was given to me by the Baron himself. There's no way.
Well,
I'm
looks like
sorry, but the Baron seems not to have cared for you at all. It is by his
No,
hand that
he
these
loved
events
me.
transpired.
He loved me.
Then where is the Baron now in your hour of need?
He's at his fucking house.
And
at his house.
And now, if I am not mistaken, the Baron, all of the knights in this area, he is in charge of them, yes?
I mean, kind of, yeah. Like each of them answers to their, like, you know the way it works. Like you have individual towns that have like a lesser lord, and he has like 5 knights or 20 knights or whatever, and then they all answer to like a local lord, and he has like 200 knights, and then he can call on like the other 20 dudes that he has, so he can muster like 400, and then the king can call up everybody and get like a couple thousand together by getting all those little dudes together. So like all of the knights have like multiple
necessarily like
I'm just
knights?
gonna like pursue sincerely here. It's like you were taken from your home by Carpathian knights. You were put on a plinth and to be sacrificed to vampires. They burned your house down, and the Baron himself provided you a fake gemstone amulet. You have been burned. There's no one here who loves you, I am afraid to say.
Are you about to kill me?
No.
It sounds a lot like you're about to kill me.
No, that's not what I'm doing.
Okay.
I'm hammering.
Because I was about to scream.
I'm hammering home the point that you have nothing here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, thanks for the pep talk.
However, not all is lost. Because I have come upon you in this time, and it was I who sought to rescue you from your plight, I have elected to protect you until such time as you are safe. I believe there is something that can be done for you, although I will defer to your judgment on this. I am a knight from foreign territories. There is land under my aegis. I could help you relocate there, away from the hands of those who wish to see you done harm.
No, my true love will help me. You just have to get me to him.
If you are willing to be so certain in your judgment that you would stake your life upon it, I will help you in that. But what occurs afterward will be on your own head.
Hold on a second, Hazard. Okay, so I did hear you. Okay, now what was that, Hazard? I didn't hear you.
Soggy says, "Where is Baron's home?" And he says it to Karen.
She says it's at oh fuck, what would the name of that town be? Drogasmir? Hold on, I'll pull up the map and we'll see. Oh wait, that's right. I don't have the smaller map, so I might not have the names of those towns. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna have the names of those towns there, but yeah, there's a small town on your way to Kastra, in Carpathia, and that is where the Baron resides.
I see. Well, when you are well, I will convey you there. We must remain here for a short time. I have requested components that I will need to repair your eyesight. After you are healed, I will convey you there.
We shall help gain your sight back, and then we will march to Baron and prove to you that he is bad.
Okay, I'll prove to you that he's good, and then I'll have him chop your lying little tongue out of your fucking lying head.
Like, no need to worry about things, Soggy. If she feels so fervently in her beliefs she'll stake her life on them, then we will help her.
Oh, and
I
where are
very
we
much-
supposed to sleep, by the way?
Well, we can camp nearby town or use
Camp?
public. Yes.
Do I look like someone you take camping?
You
Well,
look
if the only thing
like
that you
someone
have
who
is-
doesn't have many options. We can camp or we can use public areas.
I'll get raped in a public area.
Camping with us
Mm,
is not so bad. We get to eat dinner around a nice warm campfire.
No, actually, in either such situation, I myself do not need to sleep. I will protect you. I'm merely asking your preference. Bunk or tent.
I can't go sleep in the hostel.
Then, tent it is.
Fine, whatever.
Hmm.
Can you guys at least go get whatever of my belongings are still like left?
Soggy sir nods fervently, and looking through my spell list,
You could summon something to do it for you?
Well, actually, what is the state of this building? I mean, of this home? Is it like on fire, like blazing inferno, or is it like mostly burnt to the ground?
Yeah, it's just mostly burnt to the ground and smoldering
Just-
ashes.
Okay.
then Soggy will sort of use his will search through the burnt remains.
Okay?
He's gonna run around. You mean you want this thing? She's like, I am blind.
So go ahead and roll investigation. All right, so you find some of the, unburnt things like a cast iron stove for cooking and a large iron tub for bathing, a large iron cook pot, just all kinds of basic things like that. And then also you do happen to find one other thing amongst the rubble. It's the chimney where her fireplace was, and like it's still like perfectly intact, very solidly built.
Soggy looks back to the group and says, "Why don't we make camp out from remains of house?"
Because I don't want shit thrown at me by little boys.
Well, it's too late. That already happened.
I don't want it to happen again.
Oh.
Well, the
There's a thin line between paladin-like and historical knight-like. I mean, in case that needs clarification, I'm feeling next time it happens, I'm going to be an asshole about things.
I understood.
No one said anything, so I thought I was speaking gibberish.
I didn't know what the appropriate response was.
Okay.
Does
Like
that...
anything would have been better than complete silence.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. So, does anybody else want to help search the burnt ruins?
All right. Well, I mean, I assume she's not going to get stabbed in the 5 seconds I would spend. So I'll have a
You
quick
turn
look.
around and instantly 3 villagers are just stabbing her. Oh, fuck you. Oh, die.
To burn this fucking village to the ground.
So unfortunately, Noman, you don't find anything else either.
Okay. So basically, all we found was a bunch of crockery.
Yeah, a bunch of stuff that didn't burn,
So I'm like,
So
okay.
how about Nova?
Do you want me to bring all this crockery with you? It's just pots and pans.
Are you gonna buy me new pots and pans?
That was a very interesting measured question. That wasn't my intention, but it would be a very minor service, I suppose.
Yeah, well, okay, I'll take an all new living room set.
Very interesting. That'll be handled when we get there.
All right. Yeah, would you like to help them search Nova, or are you good?
It's
Wanna go
pretty clear that
stow the ash,
worth it.
stir the ash a little more.
Like, I'm pretty sure everything's burnt to crap. So, no.
Okay, yep. Fair enough. So, where do you guys go?
Camping.
Yeah, I meant like directly outside of town, further up or down the mountain, like.
As close as we can to hit a tree.
Okay. You hit a tree.
Okay, I kind of go like, yep, this is a good enough spot.
This is awfully pretty close to town. I mean, the gate is like right there. I'm practically touching it.
And there's no one out here. It'd be way easier to defend this place. Like, there was no specific need to
Soggy
be
says
2 miles out of town.
Soggy
or
says
anything.
he bets he can spit on it from here, and tries to launch his water spray at the gate.
Anyway, the reason to be here is to make this place more defensible. Obviously, there isn't going to be piles of people wandering around here at 2 a.m., but a great place to find people during bedtime hours is a big room filled with beds. Obviously, if we're here, it'll be easy.
So the sun starts going down.
What? You know, guys, I'm not making a demand or something. If you want to walk for 5 more minutes, we can. Just stating that there's no real difference between 5 seconds out of town and 5 miles. Well, except that the population of bears might go up or something.
Man, that's a touchy robot. What, you don't like my camping spot? Fine, we'll go find another one.
This is, I say it, I go on a winded ramblingification, and then it's like 5 whole seconds of dead silence. Nobody talks.
You don't like bears?
Soggy is just trying to help set up camp.
Yeah, Soggy's already putting the tent up, but he's like struggling because the poles are taller than he is.
It's like, Nutman kind of like works his knuckles and goes like, well, bears plural can be a bit of a difficult one, but one bear, that's pretty fun. Is there a fucking joke going on that I'm not getting?
Nope. So
okay.
So the sun is going down as you guys are continuing to debate the camp, and Soggy struggles to get the tent up. He declares it done, and you can see that like half of it is like caving in, and part of it is like done wrong, but like he's got part of it up, like he did okay for what he's working with. And he just...
You know what I need to make?
What?
I need a walkie-talkie. I need some way to stay in my contact with my retainers more often, so I can tell them what the fuck to do.
Ah, yeah. And so Soggy begins to, set up a campfire, but again, like you just see Soggy walking back and forth from the tree line with like logs and sticks that are as big as he is. He's just like struggling under the weight of it
Oh
to
my
get
God,
this
I'm gonna
fire
help.
set up.
Yeah.
I'll help set up the camp. Just so that Soggy doesn't keep doing all that.
Yeah, well, he said he was setting up the camp, and everybody's still like debating the camp, and so Soggy's just
There, I mean, I'd like to say that there probably wasn't any debate going on, because, like, I said things, and then no one else talked back.
oh,
And
people
then I
said
talked to
things.
myself some more.
Lots of people said things, and then you had a lengthy debate with yourself about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely help.
Yep. So, abandoning your pros and cons list that you started carving into the ground with a stick, you decide to start helping Soggy.
Okay.
The sun starts going down.
Okay. Well, I'm just like, anybody who, needs to indulge in the mortal pastime of sleep may do so. I'll just be standing around.
Soggy will be
Now,
just
I will
like,
also set up camp and then eventually go to sleep. I will pray to my God, and I will say that I'll ask that we will have a restful night, and we will sleep easily and safely, and that in the morning we will have a good day, and I will thank my gods for everything that they have done for me, and so on and so forth. And then I'm going to sleep.
and for Soggy, he sort of like tries to like sort of claws a sort of like is sort of like a cat, sort of claws his sharp, sort of grinds his claws against the nearby tree before then sort of like find the right spot to sleep. And unintentionally, he accidentally carves some eldritch symbols into the tree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sort
No,
of for flavor.
no, yeah. Noman's just gonna give like a really half-hearted prayer to fucking what's his name, Primus, for the intellectual capacity to deal with all of this. Yeah. Is that who it is? I can't remember. Which one is the one that deals with fucking Mechanicus or the plane of gears? Was it Primus or
I think it's Primus.
Rana? Oh wait, Rana is like the one from that Pathfinder book.
The band who
Yeah.
sings John the Fisherman. Primus.
What?
Yeah. And uh
Oh
that's
yeah,
a
it was
great
Primus as
song.
Warforged and Ravna as the Gearforged. So yeah, it would be Primus in D&D. Wait, does he exist in this one?
Yes.
Like your thingy?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Maybe not in the exact way that they say he does, but a form of him, yes.
Okay. Maybe he could be even cooler.
He probably is since it's, my spin on it, but
You can even try and take a look at the symbols Soggy unintentionally carved into the tree.
what did you carve in there?
Sort of like your basic aberration, where the bunyip came from.
Ah,
You said there were
yeah.
images of the
Far realm.
what was- of the far realm, so sort of like symbols from the far realm.
Nice. Does anybody notice them?
I mean, I'll have a long time to realize they're there.
Go ahead and roll Arcana.
Okay. 10.
Eh, These look like some really strange symbols, even for somebody familiar with magical symbols.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll just assume it's because of his hedge majory.
Amateurs.
I can be snobbish about things.
Yeah,
I can be snobbish about everything.
yeah. I don't have to tell you anything. I don't have to tell you everything. I don't have to tell you anything. Yeah. So, all right. You roll for perception.
I do?
Yeah, everybody's asleep, so you're the only one awake.
Okay.
All right.
19?
Now the other two roll for perception at disadvantage.
Yeah, I'll need that perception of the hunter.
All right. Wait, what just happened?
Soggy just rolled twice.
Soggy rolled twice. Yeah, okay, I see.
Yeah, so Soggy got a 4 and Nova got a
Soggy
14.
continues to snore, and every time he breathes out, there's a little spray of like ocean mist smell, and you can almost hear like the sound of waves crashing as he snores away. But Nova, you and Noman, well, you wake up to and Noman hears the scream of a woman screaming for help.
Which direction? In town?
Yes.
Is it Karen?
No.
No, it's not Karen.
Karen's with you.
Karen is like 5 feet from me at all times.
Yeah.
Nothing got to her.
Yeah, Karen's with you guys.
So there's a woman screaming that isn't Karen, and it's in town.
Yes.
What was she screaming about?
Help me, somebody!
I'm just gonna be like, right. Do you think the town guard will get that?
Are you fucking kidding me? They're NPCs like me. They're basically useless.
I mean, I just feel so uneasy about the idea of leaving Karen behind. I really don't
Look,
want.
I'm an NPC. If I'm here to fuck up your story, I'm gonna do it whether I'm with you or not.
All right. I'll go investigate. Stay with Karen. If it's something I think I need help with, I'll yell. All right. Yeah. Actually, I'll give a more loud signal. You'll hear it. Anyway, I'm gonna head off in that direction.
Okay. So, do you guys just stay behind, or what do you guys do?
Well,
I mean, Soggy is asleep.
Yeah, Soggy, you're still asleep, so you don't get a choice right this second. But Nova, you're not asleep, so.
No, I'll stay with Karen. Make sure she's all right.
Okay. Does anybody wake Soggy up?
I'll wake up Soggy.
Okay.
Soggy wakes up with a sputter, and you swear you can hear this sort of as he sort of wakes up and says, "What? Soggy is awake. What is happening?"
There is some woman who is screaming in the center of town, saying, "Help me, help me." Noman went to go look after her.
So what's your dog Soggy do?
Go back to sleep.
I just woke you up to tell you what's going on. It's the same big deal.
And what do you want from me, bitch? I'm sleeping.
not like the rude kind of wake up. It's like he's sort of confused.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
should he do something? Like sort of like concerned. Should I do something? Not the annoyed. Should I do
No,
something?
yeah, no. We get it. It's all good.
Oh, have we slept our whole like 8 hours?
No, God, no. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning.
So Soggy sort of gets back to sleep, though he's a bit still worried about
Well,
Noman.
I'll tell him that Noman said that if he thinks if he thinks it's a bigger deal than he can handle, he'll give us a signal.
Soggy nods and goes back to sleep. All right, DM. Let's
Yep.
see what Noman encounters.
Yep. So Noman, you are heading into town and you can hear the woman just sobbing and screaming, and you can see lights starting to come on as people light candles and torches and start to like find out what's going on.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess I'll just mosey on in. Can't
Okay.
do nothing. I'm a knight.
Yep. So come on in, and as you get closer, you can see a trail of bloody footprints leading out from the alley where Nova went to go help the woman.
Wait, what?
You see a trail of bloody footprints leading out from the alley where Nova went to go help the little boy with his mom.
And which direction is that?
It's like right in front of you.
There's a lot of stuff right in front of me.
Yeah, okay, so you see that building that is directly across the street? Like there's that big black smudge in the street, like broken cobblestone or whatever that's supposed to be, and then the building in front of it.
So there's a black smudge in the center. Which building in front of it is the building in front of it?
The one to the left.
Okay, so that building. Yeah, I see that building.
And then that alley right there that stretches to just below it, the bloody footprints lead out from there and into the building.
So there's bloody footprints leading out of this alley and into that building. The
Yep.
one that's like the one that the in front building of the black smudge.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I guess are the screams coming from in there?
The screams were coming from around there, but now she's run off to that house with the light on.
So there was bloody footprints coming out from the alley into
Yep.
the building,
Yep.
and then there was screams coming from around there, but now the screams are coming from the building with the light on.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So since the screams are coming from the building with the light on, I'm going to like kind of round the corner and start heading towards the house with the light on it.
You can hear her talking to someone. It's horrible. It started eating him. Oh my God.
All right, I'll approach with speed and try to make it to the house.
Somebody please stop it. Stop that horrible demon.
So like I approach the house and I'm at it now.
Yeah, she's just standing here sobbing to the first dude who put a light on. She's pointing at the other building.
So I am going to arrive, in all my grandeur and haha. It's like, you say there's a monster over there?
Yes, it's horrible. It's eating him alive.
All right, wait here. I'll go take care of it real quick.
All right.
I'm gonna head over to the offending building.
All right, go ahead and roll for initiative.
All right. Okay. I hope my assumptions here are correct because it kind of sounds like there's just one fresh zombie. If it's a fucking vampire, I'm gonna lose my shit.
It's a vampire lord.
It's a vampire lord. I'm gonna lose extra shit. There's my initiative.
All right.
Perfectly average. Yeah.
So, you creak the door open and spot a
Is that a morgue? Oh, it's a ghoul. Okay.
woman in rags devouring a body that is no longer recognizable. It turns and hisses at you and continues eating.
Kind of just. Okay, so let me turn up the turn tracker. It's my turn right now.
Yes,
this
sir.
thing. Fucking half health, 6 temp HP, no spell slots. I kind of, with the same motions, draw my sword and pull the whip off my belt at the same time. And then kind of look at this thing, just go like, I wish I could provide an irrelevant threat assessment as to exactly how dangerous this thing is. Let's see.
Don't tempt the DM.
See. What skill would be used for a ghoul? That'd be like, it's religion, isn't it? Isn't it?
Yes.
That'd be religion.
Could I learn something on a 16?
Yes. You know that a ghoul is a monstrous undead that consumes the flesh of the living and has a paralyzing effect with its bite or claws.
I'm fucking like 900% confident that on a good day, I can kill a ghoul by myself. If I get paralyzed, that'd be pretty fucking nasty.
Aren't you immune to paralysis?
I'm immune to poison and disease and shit, but like I don't specifically have immunity to paralysis. So
okay, yeah.
Unless you dictate that ghoul paralysis is like a poison or something like that.
It says if the target is a creature other than an elf or undead, so sorry.
Yeah, that's one of those things where it feels odd. Noman will very simply. I can burn an attack and then move, right?
Yes.
Like I can attack, move, attack, right?
Yes. You can do any combination of move and attack so long as you have the actions to do so.
Then I'm gonna burn an attack to raise my arm and dry fire my thunder gauntlet straight up, which sends out a booming rapport like someone firing a cannon, and then move in to engage the ghoul with the whip.
So you guys get to roll for initiative since you did hear that. And Soggy, you did too, since you're still like half awake now.
Yeah, as much as I'm 90% certain I'll just fucking kill this thing, if I get paralyzed, I'd be pretty fucked if I didn't call for backup.
Yeah, so both of you guys get to roll for initiative now too.
Fucking. Ugh.
Where's the initiative again?
It's on your main page, in the center, along with AC and speed.
Oof. All right, Soggy, you hear the blast. What do you do? You're not here in the town just yet. If you want to come to the town, it takes you one full round, so your turn will be spent getting onto the map.
Yeah, Soggy will be spending the turn getting to the town and says, Nova, I suggest we take care. You take care of Karen.
I shall.
They just keep leaving you behind.
On me.
All right, and then so Soggy gets on the map. Nova, what do you do?
I'm with Karen. Just hanging out with her.
All right. The ghoul stops eating and attacks you.
It's not exactly cash money of you.
Ugh, I miss.
Yeah, this school is gonna have a really hard time checking against me.
Haha! You missed. Oh,
Heyo.
got a little too cocky too quickly. Ah! Your sword slashes into the ghoul. It deals a good amount of damage, and the ghoul screams in your face as foul smelling blood pours out of its side.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that'll have to do.
Soggy, you are now on the map and can move.
Soggy, without realizing that he's not disguised as a halfling, is going to start running towards where he where Noman is.
And then is that your turn?
I
Oh, you
mean,
can't move that far.
okay, so how far?
Uh,
Not even through double movement?
right here would be 60 feet.
And that's where I would be.
There you go. All right, and Nova, you continue chilling at the camp?
Yep.
Playing Cat's Cradle with Karen? I'm a eat you.
Please don't. I guarantee I taste awful.
Did you know that your armor is really hard to claw through?
Yeah, that's by design.
Ugh.
If I don't take certain steps to ensure that I'm resistant against common forms of damage, it voids the warranty. Hey, get to smack Julius Goulius with my whip. Oh man, his armor class isn't that good.
So, how far can I move?
60 feet with a double move. That would be right up to the ghoul.
Yeah, stay in step behind Noman. Cast over him.
Soggy arrives and sort of looks to see this and says, Norman, what is that?
It's a common undead monster called a ghoul. It'll be destroyed swiftly.
Do you know what a ghoul is?
Donovan might have taught you about it, but you'd have to roll history to see if you remember. Yeah, you actually remember him telling you that there's like several different foul undead that are associated with vampires. You don't just have the vampire lords and the vampires as the controlling class, and then the vampire spawns as the lower class. You also have various ghouls and wights and other undead that are basically weaker forms of the vampire disease that get spread through different means. And so, depending on how the disease hits you and kills you and all of that, you can turn into these other lesser but still abominable undead.
Soggy says, oh dear, that is ghoul. That is bad.
Yeah.
And I can't attack.
Correctamundo. Sorry. And then the ghoul tries to kill you.
Yeah. Attempts.
Haha! Oh, what?
So close, but so far.
What? I wanted to kill you.
Ah. You know, this was just what I needed. Being able to hand out a real ass kicking now and then is just therapeutic.
Oof. You beat the ghoul down. It lies dying in a pool of foul-smelling blood.
Well, unless something's going to interrupt, I'm going to decapitate it on my next turn.
And so, yeah, Soggy, what do you do?
Soggy, pulling out the silver dagger, he remembers that Donovan gave him is going to cut the ghoul's head off.
No, yeah.
Okay.
No
And
reason not to be expedient then.
Says, the ghoul is dead.
Everybody like is out now, and they're like, "Oh, thank you."
Can I like drag the ghoul corpse out of the house and into the street and kind of I grind my heel into this thing for a moment and says, sometimes government work is satisfying. Oh,
Everybody's
I'm
real
going to
grossed
take-
out, and they hold their noses as the foul smell fills the streets.
I'm going to take this outside and burn it.
Yes, please do.
I grab the thing and throw it over shoulder.
The head.
Yeah.
Oh, that thing smells so bad. Oh.
Where did the ghoul come from, anyways?
Over there, I guess. It's dead now, though.
Soggy sort of follows the trail of blood, to see what he means. What he means.
You
What do I find at the end of the trail of blood?
you find a small home covered in blood with the head of the young boy who came running up to Nova lying on the floor. Just the head, though.
Soggy sort of drops the head of the ghoul, and it just rolls up over to the boy, and just Soggy sort of almost
for a brief
seems to
moment,
gag.
the mother and son share one final kiss on the forehead.
Wow, that is just poetic in a way.
Sure.
She did eat him though, so you know.
Yeah, but still.
Wait,
Soggy
who did she eat?
sort of looks over and almost gagging and says, "Get to Nova," and sort of starts running out to get Nova.
Well, I'm heading out in that direction because I was going to go outside and burn the corpse.
You notice Soggy no longer has the head.
Yeah, sorry, I must have missed that. Where did you drop it?
Back at the other house that she came from.
Ah, okay. Wait, this is a her?
Yeah,
Oh. Was it that woman?
yeah.
Oh. Hey, at least that plot line's resolved.
Sure.
Yeah.
What?
Sure.
is my assessment weird?
I mean,
No.
no.
Yeah. It's just odd.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Okay, so I'm gonna head outside, and as Soggy runs past, and I note that he doesn't have the head, and then I'm just not gonna give a shit.
Okay. All right, you get back outside, and Nova, you see them carrying the body of the woman you bandaged.
Oh no. She died so soon?
Yeah, she came down with a bad case of. Then I kind of pull the corpse off of my shoulder, holding it by the arms, and looking at the new ghoulish form it took on, and be like, I forgot the technical term. Well, she's down with a case of dead now, so.
She's got a bad case of no-headitis.
Yeah, it's what is it? No cranium, chronic no craniumitis or something. Yeah. Anyway, so I kind of, because I have fire resistance, I reach down and grab a burning log off of the campfire, walk over a couple paces, and be like, I'm gonna start burning this.
And Soggy sort of looks to Nova and says, Did you know that that the boy was this woman's son?"
Yes, he showed me to her.
But how was it that she didn't eat you?
She was unable to move when I saw her.
So you literally didn't do anything? Soggy sort of says, confused.
Are you accusing Nova of being in league with the ghoul or something?
He's sort of confused about all this.
So at this point, Noman idly says, "Do you think this is why plague doctors kill people? They say oh, you've got humors in your throat. I'm gonna have to cut you open to let them out, and then you don't become a ghoul."
You have too much blood. No worries. we can take care of that.
I'm just saying that point of view seems a lot more rational in a fantasy world where you have ghoul fever and mummy rot and blood rage and
Oh, 100% plague doctors get a bad rap when, like, some of them are indeed doing the Lord's work.
Yeah, it's just like, this woman has an uncurable disease. It's going to turn into a monster. Well, I know how to fix that.
A shotgun.
Like to see you turn into a monster without your fucking head, bitch!
Anyway, I actually muse that out loud as Noman while I'm like building a pyre over here.
Nova, you hear this and are slightly horrified.
Fair enough.
So yeah, you burn the body, and everybody's able to get back to sleep, but they got interrupted sleep. So you guys have to roll a Constitution save to see if you're exhausted or not. I'm sorry, yeah, save, yeah.
Okay.
I used to call for checks, but I have decided that this should be a save since you're trying to save versus an adverse effect.
How do I save?
Not you, jackass. You don't require.
Oh right, yeah. That's funny.
Does a 12 work?
Yes, it's just a simple 10.
How many hit points do I
Here
get back
we
over a
go.
long rest? Or do I not do that?
All of them.
Oh, okay.
A long rest in 5th edition is like a complete reset of all powers and abilities unless it's a daily ability for some reason. There's very few abilities like that I know of, but it's possible.
I think that would more likely be tied to magic items.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is just magic items that would have that. But yeah, so long rest basically resets everything. All right, there you go. All of you have taken a long rest.
All right.
Oh wait,
The-
Nova, roll your Constitution save to see if you are exhausted from getting woken up.
The power surges through me as I get my spell slots back.
All right, none of you are exhausted. So, you wake up the next morning and you find Karen is already awake and tapping her feet impatiently, waiting for someone to make breakfast.
Noman's just kind of standing there going like, I'm sorry, that's going to have to be one of you. I don't cook.
So he sort of nods and heads to a river.
There's only a small mountain creek.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to find gamey fish around here.
Yeah. The small mountain creek provides enough fresh water for them to subsist off of, but not enough for like fish and shit like that. You do,
Hey,
however,
then Saki will have to
you
find
do,
out
however,
the way.
go ahead and roll survival though.
Clams.
You do, however, find a whole mess of freshwater clams and crawfish.
And Sagi sort of collects all that and says, Soggy found clams and snappy snaps.
Uh-huh.
Come drink the slime out of these rocks and eat these like buggy creatures.
Crustaceans. I find them to be very interesting creatures.
Zoidberg.
Oh no, poor crayfish.
Looks like it's
Wait.
just you. Nova might be a vegetarian.
Oh right, yeah. I forgot. Nova, you're a vegetarian, aren't you?
Yes.
I suppose that means you'll have to go collect your own food too.
Apparently, Noman, despite everything else, has no interest in making sure any of your needs are met. He'll protect you, he'll do all that, but like, what, you need to eat? I guess you better find food.
I'm not going to look out for Nova's ability to eat. They're Nova. I know the girl's going to be fed. Soggy already got food. But, like, unless she a vegetarian too.
No, but she wants to know what that horrible smell is.
Food.
It smells.
Oh, wait, that horrible smell. Yeah, we had to burn a ghoul at the stake last night.
Oh, that's bad too, but no, I did mean that fishy, nasty smell.
It's fish.
It's
Seafood.
gross.
Yeah.
It smells like seafood vomit.
Yes. It certainly does have an interesting aroma.
Are you gonna at least cook them?
Soggy
Um,
says, "Of course." Soggy is not stupid, and he starting up a fire to start cooking them.
He says as he takes his dagger and pries open another clam and slurps it up raw. What? Soggy loves raw clams.
Yeah, it's like, yes, you must forgive my lack of hospitality. Normally, I would have my retainers see to your simpler needs. As it happens, you'll have to make do with what we have.
Oh, speaking of needing to make do. Are one of you gonna help me?
Help you what?
Make do.
I have some potatoes. I'll share with her.
No, I need to go make do.
Are you saying that you need to produce excrement?
Yes.
Oh, that's fine. I can assist.
Okay, good. Let's go. Come on,
All
let's go before I mess my britches here.
All right, I helped the woman do the thing.
Okay, so you guys are off in the woods for a bit while that's going on. Soggy starts to cook up the crawfish, and Nova, what are you doing?
I'm cooking my potatoes.
Okay. Yeah, you have a steady supply of potatoes that you keep, knowing that it's excellent sustenance, and you know, you can carry enough to keep you fed for days. And so you know, potatoes make up the bulk of your sustenance, but you were also fortunate enough to have, you know, a bit of spices and other stuff, so you're always able to put a little something into your potatoes to make them extra good.
Yes.
For some reason, now I just imagine her having a bag of holding that looks like this.
Actually, yeah, you do have a bag of holding that you use for transporting enough food. It was one of the gifts given to you for your journey by one of your.
I imagine it looks like a cornucopia.
Yeah.
Imagine it looks like a potato warehouse, as pictured.
What one of your allies, before you set off to go, you know, fight General Vasanthus and try to take him out, had given you a bag of holding with enough food in it to last like a year. And
That's cool.
And so it has like everything you need, basically, like a whole spice rack, potatoes, onions, all kinds of stuff like that.
Butter, I hope. Gotta have the butter.
It does have some butter, but the bag of holding, oh wait, yeah, it does keep it fresh. Yep, you're good. Bag of
Soggy is
holding
going
keeps
to
freshness
slice
in.
some of the potatoes.
Did you just say Soggy tries some of the potatoes?
Like, is going to borrow some of the potatoes to add to, like, to improve the taste of the crawfish.
Ah,
I don't think potatoes really improve the taste of anything. They're just there. It's just starch in the diet.
yeah. Also,
Potatoes are something you improve the taste of.
Also, I'm 99% certain that potatoes do not go well with shellfish.
Well, I wouldn't agree to that. I totally eat potatoes with shellfish. They taste great.
Like cooked into the same dish?
Yeah.
I don't know about
There's
that.
garlic roasted shrimp and potatoes.
Okay, sure.
Like maybe you need to cook it right, but that dish works. Potatoes are flexible.
Potatoes are flexible. I mean, usually you would pair fish with something more like a rice or, I don't know. Just potatoes doesn't seem like the right starch to put with it.
Yes, and Soggy looks to Nova and says, "Do you have stinky stink?"
Huh?
When he stinky stink, he means garlic.
Nova's giving you the cold shoulder.
Of course, I'll share them.
Yeah, reaching into your bag of holding, you can produce, just about anything that would, be good for cooking that is along your likings. Potatoes, carrots, etc.
Cool. So I can make like vegetable stews and whatnot.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So I'll just make up some butter and roasted potato breakfast for anyone who wants it.
And meanwhile, you can smell the crawfish cooking, and Soggy borrows some butter and potatoes to cook up with them and some garlic, and tries to make it as palatable as possible for Karen.
He is trying to help.
Um. Yeah. So I guess we have this blind lady we gotta take care of.
Yep, we gotta sit around. I guess also protect this podunk town while I wait for my investment to return.
Okay. So I assume I know what a ghoul is.
Yes.
Okay. Um. Did I know she was gonna turn into a ghoul?
No.
Okay. Okay. Because I was like, I feel like I missed something. Okay. All right. What you call it? Do I know that ghouls don't just come out of nowhere. Um.
Don't they come from a human tainted with the blood of a vampire?
Yep. Pretty much exactly that.
Yeah, so more vampire shit is happening.
Hmm.
Why don't you go survey the town for people dying of wasting illnesses?
That's a good idea. I think I will do that. Are there any temples?
No, this is Carpathia.
Pimples?
This is Carpathia. All of the gods are shunned and they practice a more occult-like
Oh,
religion.
temples. I thought they said pimples. And then Adarex said, no, this is Carpathia. And I was just like, wait, what? Do skin blemishes not happen here?
Well, it is kind of like Eastern Europe where everyone is either like really short and fat or like a supermodel.
Okay. Damn. Too bad I didn't play anybody with equipment. There might be a nice local trim. Whatever.
I will go around and see if I can ask anyone if there have been if this is a reoccurring issue.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll investigation. All right, so you're able to ascertain rather quickly that this small town has had a lot of people get sick with this plague and die, and that usually they burn the bodies. However, um, ever since uh, the Baron moved in and took over uh, some 15, 15 years, yeah, something like that. There's been a law against it, and so now all of the bodies just get buried um, in the crypts, and yeah,
Oh,
they
oh
they
man.
they find ghouls rising up like all the time.
So I'm gonna go look for Brendan.
Brendan got eaten. His head is still lying
I
on.
don't know that. All I know is that his mother died and became a ghoul.
Oh yeah, yeah. So when you go back to the place, you find both of their heads lying on the floor. Nobody has touched them.
And it's been too long for any sort of reviving. So they're kind of he's kind of the little boy screwed.
Yeah, yeah. He got eaten. There's just like a head and a little bit of the spinal column.
Ah, poor kid.
Yeah, getting eaten alive by your own mother. Yeah, it's not awesome.
Well, I mean, he's dead now, so not a problem.
In the cramped building, you see several other uh, people just lying there, wasting away.
Oh, terrible. Um, there's just people like laying there dying.
Yep, covered in the same wounds and looking as pale as the mother.
Oh man, it's too bad I don't have like greater restoration or cure disease or something. Um,
Or fireball.
nah, not the fireball type. Um, you know what I will do though? I will bless them with holy water.
Okay.
In
So
the name of your and their mother.
you go around blessing all of them with holy water. Some of them curse at you as you do so, calling you a hypocrite
For what?
for worshiping the gods.
Okay. Um, I will just take those insults on the chin and continue doing what I am doing. I will see if there's anything that I can do to help these people, like make them feel better.
One of them could use a sheet change.
That poor guy. All right, set it on fire. No, uh, damn. I wish I had sheep.
Yeah, no, it's bad in here, and it appears as though the little boy was taking care of all of them because there doesn't appear to have been anyone in here all day.
Ah, um, there's really nothing that I can do to help them. It sucks being under level 10. Okay, let's see. You know what? I will go up to one of them, who's like the worst, and I will cast Spare the Dying.
Okay.
Not really gonna do anything, but I
Y-
cast it.
Yeah, so like in this instance, I'm going to rule that it's kind of like a comforting balm. It doesn't heal them of anything. They're not going to get better, but it just kind of like comforts them and allows them to rest easy.
Very cool. At least there's that. I will pray to Ilmater and Pelor and ask the gods to help them. And I'm just gonna roll a religion check because I'm praying, and that's what I do. Not expecting anything here, just
So as you are praying over them, one of them actually begins to turn into a ghoul in front of your eyes. They die and start to rise almost instantaneously. However, as that's happening, the light from the window shines down onto your holy symbol and it starts to burn as bright as the sun and just burns the ghoul to ash. You now well, you should have had it before. But now your turn undead also deals damage to the undead. So if they fail their wisdom save, not only are they frightened, but they also take damage. All right, there it is. So if they fail their wisdom save, they take 3d6 radiant damage and are frightened. And they take half damage if they succeed. So there you go.
awesome.
So do you do anything else while you're here, or?
I'm gonna I'm gonna go back to these guys and tell them about what I saw and ask if they could help me bury some of these people.
Soggy sort of like nods and says, "If anything, Soggy can help with anything."
So what do you guys do? He reports back to you about the body, says he might need some help burying them. Or she. I'm
So
sorry, she.
Soggy is going to start digging some ditches.
The townsfolk don't appear too happy to see you guys out there just digging graves by the side of their town.
Somebody has to bury these people.
I mean, it's regular work. Just let them do it. They have they have mortuary services. I'm pretty sure. And if they don't, it'll get sorted out.
Soggy sort of like meekly sort of like stops digging the ditches and sort of like is sort of sadly just standing there with a makeshift shovel in his hand.
Oh,
Soggy
I thought you were digging like a dog, just like chucking dirt out between your legs.
that makes more sense. Yeah, that's what Dog Soggy is doing. Was doing.
One of them comes out and says, "Are you guys body collectors?"
Nope,
Oh no,
I never claimed such a
people,
title.
these people have died of the plague, and we are putting them to rest.
Well, all right, but we don't take any body collectors around here, so you better not be looking for dead bodies.
What is wrong with body collectors? Soggy says, confused.
Oh, you know.
Saki sort of squints and says, "They take bodies? For what?"
Yeah, exactly.
So you are afraid they are doing wrong with bodies?
You know what they're doing. They're talking about necromancy, by the way, but like, you know, they don't say it out loud.
Soggy sort of like thinks for a moment, but then opens with realization and says, "Oh no, we are not that. We do not do that. We are opposite of that. Soggy does not do that."
So yeah, they leave you guys be. You guys are out on the side of town, and you know, what is it that you want to do?
Well, first off, Sagi is going to is going to speak to the villagers about these body collectors and where exactly they are going. And is going to see if he can figure out some ideas, some solutions to their problems.
I think you might be confused. There are no body collectors. They wanted to make sure you weren't body collectors.
Oh, so, right. So understood.
Noman, Nova, you guys got any input as to what you're going to do here?
Lays
Uh,
around.
I think we still have to figure out a few things. Like, what are we gonna do with this woman that we're carrying? Obviously, we're not abandoning her, but this is
Well,
gonna
I
make
was
things kind of complicated when it comes to like battle.
well, I thought I was just gonna sit around, deal with local threats as they crop up, and wait for my Minotaur's head to be delivered.
You paid that guy.
Yeah.
So I guess what I'll do is I don't know. I will ask the person we were talking to if there are any other places where there are people suffering from the plague. I will ask him about the plague. You know what? Yeah. So, sir, what has happened here in this town? Where did this plague come from? When
We
did it start?
This plague's been going on for 50 years.
That is quite a long time. I am surprised that everyone here is alive.
Well,
How have you managed to live so long
well,
with the plague?
we have fortunately only really lost, a few people a year, but lately it's picked up.
What has changed that you think? What do you think may be the cause of this increase?
I don't know, it's just in the last 10 years or so it's really picked up.
Do you know where there are other people who are also sick?
Look, lady, I'm from Highton. You know what I know about in the world is limited to the nearest 20-mile radius. I don't know nothing about nothing.
Yeah.
Pardon for the silence. We're just trying to think.
What are we trying to do?
It you don't have to be trying to do anything. But currently you are in possession of a blind woman, waiting on a minotaur's head, and at a town that may or may not be overrun with ghouls at any moment.
Okay.
Okay, well, do you know who we may be able to go to find others that are sick? I roll for like perception or something. I mean, persuasion.
You can try to persuade him, but all he can tell you is like where the nearest town is, which like, whatever the next town is on the map.
Okay. So, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to the inn.
Walking in the doors of the hostel, you see men and women lying all over the cots, coughing up blood, and some of them have the visible wounds like some of the worst patients you saw earlier.
Oh no, this is really bad. Um, so I'm gonna go around and ask everyone if I can perform a little medicine check on them, see if I can help them at all. And I'll also cast Spare the Dying on anyone who's like really far gone.
And wouldn't this be a convenient time to like be able to call up the Inquisition? Be like, hey, I got a job that's a little too gruesome for my heroic titles to withstand.
All right, so if that's the case, Soggy is going to is going to start is going to spend some time sitting near that creek and sort of meditating and trying to communicate with his patron. Did you hear me, DM?
Yep, go ahead and roll a religion check. I'm sorry, Arcana.
Does 17 work?
You hear the sound of rushing water grow louder and louder until you hear the sounds of being deep underwater. And then you hear two loud words come through like an echo in the underwater void. Free me.
Where are you?
All you
And
hear is the words "free me" echoing over and over and over again into infinity.
Soggy sort of wakes from this vision and sort of sighs and says, I know. I shall try my best. And Soggy is going to sort of stand up and sort of walk over to see where Nova is.
What are you gonna do if, like, it turns out the Bunyip is like some horrible monster, like it's Cthulhu or something.
I specifically said that I specifically asked talked with the DM about that.
Oh, okay. So what? You talked to me about your vision or something?
He's going to try and help out, and says, while also talking about the water temple and how he's worried about the fact that Count Visantis might be heading there soon.
Okay. But for now, we still have to wait for that dude to come back for the Minotaur.
I
What would
hope he
suck
is all.
if like he does like two things, like he comes back like it's rotted, can't use the eyes, or like he's dead, he just never comes back.
If it's A or B, well, both will be fine.
So how are these corpse people looking? Any
Corpsey.
any more comfortable?
Yeah, I mean, you definitely brought them, some peace.
Hmm. I have to do something. I can't let these people die like this.
Uh,
I guess I'm gonna go meet up with these guys and be like,
yeah.
this a lot of people in this village is infected. There is
Can you cure them?
it is beyond my ability, but I would very much like to be able to know the cause of why these people are getting infected. Maybe we could do something to stop it.
You know how ghouls are created, don't you?
Is when somebody is cursed with the blood of a vampire, or
Well,
sometimes if a person is being turned by one and it fails.
there you go. There's local vampire activity. People are being
Mm.
blood marked in the dead of night.
It could mean that there may be vampire spawn out there in the woods and mountains outside of the village.
Perhaps. Well, actually, not perhaps. There are. We know there are vampires nearby. We fought some.
Yeah, did you kill all of them?
We killed
Nah.
all but one. One got away.
Hmm. How many vampires does it take to cause a plague?
Well, depends on the vampire, but generally you'd only need one to cause one of this scale.
Right. Just saying.
Hmm. So do you guys think that may change a few things when it comes to like this lady?
What do you mean?
So she's not ugly looking, but she is I guess what we would call plain, right? Why would the
For sure.
Baron be it's not raw. I guess it wouldn't be strange to say the Baron would be interested in her. But I'm surprised he didn't just like, kill her himself. So just like having her
Probably because
thrown
she
into
wasn't Probably because she wasn't in any way actually notable at all. He was just another mark for her. Something went slightly wrong and became more public than intended. I mean, if that wasn't the case, she wouldn't be in a cave to be sacrificed to vampire spawn. Probably the, 15th girl this year or something.
I know what I'm going to do. I am going to put a blessing on the town. I can't
Yes.
guarantee that it will do anything, really. But perhaps
Whatever,
the area will be a little more well lit with after a blessing from Paylor.
whatever helps you.
Are you trying to religiously oppress us?
Goddamn right.
Trying to religiously oppress something.
Because
Yeah,
you
religiously oppressed vampires.
you do know that religion is like outlawed here in Carpathia, right?
I was not aware of that.
Yeah, you zealots, all you do is you come here and you yell at us about doing stuff wrong, and you're all just a bunch of hypocrites.
I'm not here to tell anyone that they're doing anything wrong.
Just do the blessing incognito.
I come from where I come from is a temple. It was filled with the monks of the Merciful Sun. I don't wish to make you believe or change anything about anything that you feel or think or who you worship or don't worship.
Did it teach you that the gods love you?
The gods, I do believe the gods love me,
Well
but that
then
isn't to say that they love everyone.
well then it taught you a bunch of lies.
I am sorry that you feel that way. Hopefully someday you may change your opinion. As of now, I promise to do everything I can to help your village with these infections.
Oh, what are you gonna
I only hope
pray?
that I can be of help.
What, you're gonna pray?
Yes.
Oh, everybody stand back. The magic man's gonna pray to his invisible friend.
Of course I rolled low. It would have been how funny would it have been if I got like a 20?
You only qualify for a common blessing package.
Yeah. You get the number 2.
I didn't pray hard enough.
You gotta whip yourself harder.
Yeah, God wasn't feeling it this time. He was just like, you
Yeah.
know what? You're not trying hard enough.
So, yeah. You bless the town.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
All right. You know what? How big is the town?
Very tiny. Like under 1,000 people.
All right. You know what? I'll go from house to house, just sort of praying quietly as I just walk around.
Some people chase you off with brooms. One
I don't go to their house like I'm just walking down the street.
No, I get it. You're not going all like Mormon Jehovah's Witness on them, but like,
Yeah.
you know, still like, as you like stop in front of each house, like some of them like chase you off with brooms and tell you to get out of here, and one cantankerous old woman like says, "That's it. I'm gonna get Chomper on your ass." And she goes into the house and lets out and opens up the door and says, "Get him, Chomper." And you are afraid that like some dog or, you know, something is going to come charging out of the house. Instead, you hear the clatter of hooves as an angry little goat comes rushing out to ram into you.
I imagine Soggy is sort of nearby and sees this and says, "Why is Goat there? Why is Goat like that?"
The goat tries to ram into you over and over again. What do you do?
All right. Well, I grab the goat by its horns and then I start scratching under its chin.
The goat tries to bite your hand as you reach towards its head.
Soggy is going to help by doing.
I guess my animal handling check didn't do anything.
Oh, I didn't even see you had rolled animal handling yet. So as you're doing that, you're able to avoid the goat's bite. But this is an angry old goat, so he's like not, you know, your friend. He's just like, he stops trying to bite you after he realizes that he's not going to be able to.
Okay. But yeah, even so, I'm just gonna go from like, you know. But I mean, people. What was it? There's just people just outside looking at me like,
Yeah.
what in tarnation going on right here?
Yeah,
Y'all bring on this here Jesus nonsense to our town.
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, I guess. I mean, it's not like I'm. It's not like I'm like. I guess I'm. I don't know, am I
It's like
being
it's like the reverse South, you know.
super conspicuous?
Well, no, well, kind of. I mean, you know,
Like,
you gotta think about
like
what you
I'm
look.
walking around with one of those like incense things, and I'm just like, how many,
Yeah, well, yeah, but I mean, like
like,
also think about like how you look, you know, like you just you look like an ASMR there to proselytize to them.
I guess.
I'm glad I took a fucking lawful neutral this game so I can sit outside with the bitch, you know, outside of town with Noman, just going like, I hope they're having fun in there.
Oh, she's having a blast. She got swatted with a broom. A goat tried to bite her. And all just because she's trying to like help the town because she knows that like Paylor hates the undead and like maybe that'll help.
You know, honestly, I should play like a complete fucking prick in one of your games, just so I can asshole off with all the assholes in your world.
Be like, finally I fit in with the rest of the world.
Yeah, I no longer stick out like a fucking glowing, blazing beacon in a field of absolute darkness because I'm a reasonable dude.
I thought you were just gonna say in a field of assholes.
Yeah, because sometimes in Atarakis' world, it's like, which asshole do I take shelter in during the fart storms?
Hey, come on, some of the NPCs are cool.
Yeah, like, alright.
Oh, okay. All right.
I thought we kind of already agreed that that's a problem we're actively working on.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm just.
Oh wait, no, I agreed it's a problem.
Yeah, I was gonna
actively
say.
working on. You just agreed that it's a thing that happens, and you're no
Yeah.
longer working on it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've tried to give them like, candy and awesome vans, and you guys are just like, we ain't getting in there.
We'll have to work on it later.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah.
All right, so I guess I don't really know unless anything changes.
Right.
Okay. And something interrupts me or whatever. I'm gonna pretty much be doing this every day
Oh
until the guy
man.
shows up.
Oh man. Okay, so the second day there's like more people watching, and like one of them like kind of tries to argue with you for a little bit.
I'm gonna be honest. If you plan to do this every day, Noman like by fucking day 3 is gonna be like, hey, don't get fucking lynched. Like, can you have a skip day or something? Like, just don't do it every day.
Yeah, how about we make this leg day, huh? Or arm day,
I
since
mean-
since you've been walking around all day the other 2 days. How about we make this arm day, huh?
I was just like, it's like you're my ally, and it's on my honor to see you conveyed across the land safely and all that. But like, I don't actually want to help all that much. I'm just going to have to if you get yourself in trouble.
I see how it is.
I was gonna say, is that like a friendly statement? That was like the weirdest. Like, hey, I'll help you if you get in trouble, but I don't want to. Kind of like.
Well, it's just this weird subspace where right now these people are Noman's allies, but not like close friends or anything. And he's only lawful neutral. He like upholds the word of law and likes to see that his honor is cared for and all that. But like, he's also really old and sometimes a bit crotchety about things. So like, he doesn't particularly like these people. And so he wants them to stay out of trouble purely so that he doesn't have to put up extra effort to help them. Because he knows if they are in trouble, he will help them. That's just the kind of knight he is.
Nice. So there you go. Now you guys know where you stand.
I will
I see how it
always
is.
try to be there if you're in need, but I'm just not going to do it with a smile.
I didn't know
You
the
heard that,
robot.
Snoggy? He doesn't like us.
Yeah. I didn't know the robot even could smile.
I can smile. I mean, like, I'd have to loosen a few screws in my faceplate first and take off the helmet, because, that's bolted on too.
That's not disturbing at all.
Why?
You gotta like unbolt stuff and then like loosen screws to be able to smile. Look, I can smile.
Well, it's just like while the helmet is attached, you see, being able to smile isn't all that useful. And so why leave the components free and able to move if that just means they might be jarred or damaged by a large shock? They're locked into a protective, highly compact state.
Oh, it's super logical. Yeah, we get it.
Yeah.
All right. So, by the third day, Noman, Soggy, Noman. By the third day, Noman is asking you to like be careful. Do you continue with your side quest?
Yeah.
By the third day, some of the villagers start to follow you around, cursing at you as you walk.
I ain't scared.
Pearls before swine, pearls before swine.
As they curse at you, they start to draw more and more of a crowd, and soon small children are tossing rotten tomatoes and cabbages at you.
That's how it's gonna be, I guess.
All right, the third day comes to a close.
Has the so has the guy arrived with the bullhead?
Did I have a guy come into town carrying a bull's head?
Nope.
Then I'm gonna go with no.
Yeah. Atarakis will let us know when it happens, if it happens.
So, the third day comes to a close. You guys, are sitting around doing the stuff you're doing, trying to pass the time, and as the third day passes, you notice that they've begun to bring out several bodies like a day. And then they bury them in the grave on the side of the mountain.
I'm gonna go up to wherever they're stacking the bodies on.
On the cart?
Bring out your dad.
Yeah. That's pretty much exactly it, yeah.
So I'm gonna go with that guy and ask him. Ask him if he what he knows about the virus? What he knows about the plague?
This terrible thing. Been killing us off left and right.
I have come to believe that this may be the work of
Hey,
vampires.
social distancing here.
I have come to believe that this.
Stand back,
is-
I work with the plague bodies all day. You want to die? You're too close. Step back.
I have come to believe that this is the work of vampires. Do you know where any such creatures can be in this area?
Huh? I can't hear you. You're too far away.
I guess I'm just gonna leave him alone.
Okay. Is there a would you like to try to approach someone else or?
Not now.
Okay. So, on the fourth day, you guys realize that the town is awfully quiet.
Huh.
Soggy sort of nervously says, "Does everyone else not hear the lack of sound?"
Does anyone else hear the not sound?
Yeah, I was really deciding on what level of snide I should be there, and before I just could say yes.
Hopefully, the town has gotten better.
It hasn't.
Ah, yes. Can't you hear the joyous sounds of everybody being healthy?
The town has not gotten better.
So yeah, it's just silent coming from the town.
Soggy,
I'm gonna
so
go check it out.
Soggy,
Uh,
covering his mouth, his orifices, is going to examine the hostile.
Okay, so
You
as
The
you
two should
guys
hostile?
you two should travel in a group. Stay together.
approach the town, you can see a stray dog running through the streets with what looks like a human arm. You
That's a
cannot.
reference or something, isn't it?
I mean, it's a little bit of a trope, so I'm sure it's been used, but I wasn't referencing anything in particular. Like I'm. It's not original. I've seen the imagery somewhere, but yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And the town is eerily silent. And as you look in the hostel, you see that everyone is like piled up on the floors. And I mean, it's not everyone in town at the hostel, but there is just like people piled up on the floors in the hostel, and like the entire town has succumbed to this sickness and are in various stages of death and dying.
That
Well,
is
fuck.
bad.
As this is going on, you guys all of a sudden hear the dog start barking.
Soggy, hearing this, is going to look outside to that direction.
You see a ghoul advancing on the dog.
Soggy is going to shoot an eldritch blast at that ghoul.
Okay.
I
You
really hope that this is like a Great Dane. I want to see like Soggy become friends with a dog who's like much bigger than he is.
nice. You launch an eldritch blast at the first ghoul and blow its head off, but that is when you realize the bodies inside the hostel are beginning to rise, and there are more people, ghouls, shuffling through the streets. You are completely surrounded in a Night of the Living Dead scenario by ghouls. Will our heroes be able to fight off the hordes of ghouls? Will they succumb to the paralyzing claws and deadly bites? Find out next week on Heroes Wanted. I want to thank you guys for playing. I want to thank anyone who's watching. And as always, everyone, good
Good
gaming.
gaming.